Say like I'm a thick bitch, like a bitch with her own shit. I ain't never been a broke bitch.
Hi you guys, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be talking about my unpopular opinions. I feel like Share 7 and the spiritual whistleblower, they're working to the same goals but in different ways. One's experience is rooted in trauma. I feel like both their experiences are rooted in trauma. It just comes out different. I feel like the different strokes for different folks. So basically, Shira, she says she's not like a relationship coach, which granted, I don't think she is, but she does give advice on how to get money from men. Then you have spiritual whistleblower. She gives advice on how to spot a narcissist and how to deal with them and when you know you're dealing with them. I feel like Shira 7 knows that men, like how men are, and most men typically can tend to fall into a narcissistic category, like have narcissistic traits. So because of that, she just shows you like how to get money from them, like know your worth when it comes to dating men. I don't think anything is wrong with neither one of them. Share 7 is a popular YouTuber. She's been on YouTube for years, and basically her videos have been floating around TikTok. It's not her own account. People have made an account for her, but her videos have been floating around TikTok, and somehow Spiritual Whistleblower got a hold of them. And once she sees it, she goes on to say how basically Shira is like a narcissist, a Jezebel, a home wrecker, based off the stories that Shira's told, like how she ended up getting with her husband, like how she, I guess like how she treats men, or how she gives the advice on how to treat men, or how to get stuff from them. And when the spiritual whistleblower talks about her, it seems like it's come from like a hurt standpoint. And I feel like she's really judging her. The spiritual whistleblower is calling her a narcissist because apparently Shira had her husband, before he was her husband, was married to somebody else, and he ended up talking to Shira, but he didn't tell Shira about the wife at the time because they were separated. Woo. And spiritual whistleblower goes on to say that she's a narcissist because the way how she knew that her husband was married and she shouldn't have been with him, when she found out she should have left him, whatever. I feel like you can't judge everybody's life, and I don't think Shira's narcissist. I feel like she's giving what was given to her. She's reciprocating the energy, basically. I don't think she's doing anything wrong. And all this leads me to say, I feel like you can have an opinion on this person, but I really feel like, because the spiritual whistleblower just goes on a big rant about how, like, she goes on like days long rant. Keep in mind, she's doing this on her TikTok. Shira doesn't even have a TikTok. So in my opinion, I feel like Shira doesn't know who you are, but you've been making video after video after video after video about this lady. And then she goes on, because she her content is about like narcissistic men and domestic violence or whatever. She goes to her followers like, if you support Share 7, you're a Jezebel with her, you're a narcissist with her, get off her page. She calls the supporters bitches if they since they decided to agree with what Shira is doing. And I'm just like, I don't think that whole situation that deep. I feel like once you go that far to tear down a woman and then tear down your followers that agree with a different type of woman, the way she went about it, again, is not really for women. Your TikTok is about like giving women advice. It's for the women. But I feel like once the slight inconvenience happen, you're like, fuck women. That's very weird to me. So I cut back on the spiritual whistleblower's content. In my opinion, it's different strokes for different folks. If the information they're giving you applies to you, then you take it. But if it don't apply to you, then don't take it. You don't have to sit there. Like, this whole moral of the story is, you don't have to sit there and listen to something you don't agree with. If you don't agree with it, go on about your business. It's not worth you racking your brain about it for days and making multiple videos about it because you just generally don't like this lady's opinion. I'm pretty sure people don't like your opinion. Just move on. You already made Dr. Umar a meme, but a lot of stuff he be saying, it really be valid. When it comes to his feelings about like inside of the Black community, I do agree, because it comes from like a positive, constructive standpoint. So, for example, recently I've seen on TikTok where he was on a podcast with a group of men, and they were talking about the whole topic of Black women not having a lot of value because they're overly masculine, and we act like we don't need Black men and don't live in our divine feminine and woo. And he was saying, like, how do you expect a Black woman to live in her femininity if she's not giving the opportunity to do so? And a way to give women the opportunity to do so is to, like, relieve her of all the responsibility that she has. So basically like taking care of the household, like being a single mom and having to raise children by herself and having to go out and get jobs and having to be super educated and all of this. And he was like, the main way to fix it is, like, it's nothing. He was saying you can't expect a woman to fix something by herself. You have to do what you can do on your end. So as a Black man, a way to relieve her of all that responsibility, especially like when it comes to raising boys, is to you yourself help mentor and give the young boys guidance that's coming up. Let me watch the video.
Black men have not been manly in quite some time when it comes to raising boys. How would you suggest that Black men take back the leadership of the boys? You want the women back? Take care of these damn boys. They run in the hood, killing people at will, flunking out of school, following the lead of the gangster rappers. There's a whole bunch of stuff we can do that ain't got nothing to do with the women, boys and men. Do you understand? Deal with the boys and the men. Leave her out of it and go straight to the boys. And you'll get her respect back. Give them jobs, give them education, give them training, give them your time. They not getting none of that from Black men. We don't give a shit about Black boys. And then we get mad at her for ending up with one.
Basically what I was trying to say, Dr. Umar has stuff that I don't agree with him. It's just that when it comes to Black topics and how Black people can help each other evolve within, like, systemically, I think he know what he's talking about. I don't think anything's wrong with Ekane. I feel like I don't understand the backlash. Like, I understand the backlash Ekane gets, but deep down inside, I'm just like, it's not even that serious. Like, you can't get mad at somebody else for their personal choices, like what they choose to do with their life. We know what Ekane is known for. So basically, all that stuff is like rooted in trauma. That girl has a lot of trauma that she hasn't dealt with. So that plays in it plays a big part of her not leaving her baby daddy. On top of the trauma that she had before her baby daddy was like 20 something when he met Ekane. Ekane was 18. So her baby daddy is like 30, 31 right now, or about to be 31. So obviously there was some grooming in there. She doesn't recognize this grooming, but that's obvious grooming. So if you've had this messed up life and you told him about this messed up life, and he gives you, and you say in the beginning that he was nice, he treated you right, and then eventually he didn't, it's obvious love bombing. So that's when it becomes, I feel like that's where it becomes grooming. And I feel like he manipulated her, and it played into like all of her trauma. So now I had kids with them, and it's like, it's hard to leave. Like, when you have so much trauma, and you have all this trauma from before, and somebody comes in and it looks like they're showing you different, and you get hooked onto it, and you end up saying like they're not the person that they said they were, or sometimes they're nice, sometimes they're mean. You get hooked on the part where it seems like they were good, like the niceness, and you just sat there, you had kids with them, and you don't know nothing else. Like, I don't think she knows another positive relationship, because she never had an example of a positive relationship. So when you see it, it's like you can't really be that judgmental. Like, if you look at it from like a humility standpoint, she's young. We're the same age, so I think she's still 23. I'm 24. She's still young. She still has time to learn. I feel like with people like her, you have to give them grace. She has to learn herself. And it was like, in a relationship, there is domestic violence. And of course, people are gonna be like, you need to leave him, you should have left him, woo. It's not as easy as you think. you should give grace. Let her, it's something that she has to learn herself. She has to be, you can't just up and leave. A lot of people don't just up and leave relationships. You up and leave when you're ready. And then on top of that, it's not like she can, because she says he's a good father, I don't think she's gonna just up and just stop talking to him. Granted, she did do it for like a month, but I knew it wasn't gonna last long, because at the end of the day, that's the father of her kids and they have to have some point of contact. So she's gonna, I don't think she's in a relationship with him, no, but you can't expect much. You really can't expect much. Let that girl be great. Megan James come off as mean girl. And I don't know if she even, I don't think she means to, but I forgot what it's called. It's on the celebrities have to, like, media training. I think she needs that. She has her own podcast, and I feel like it's fine. You know, I will watch it sometimes. It's just that in the clips that they show of the podcast, it just screams mean girl every time. And I don't think the topics that they're having, I don't think she knows enough to speak on them. So because she doesn't know enough to speak on them, it makes her seem like she doesn't care about anybody's feelings. She may care about their feelings. I just feel like she's a balance. I feel like she needs a team to like help her with the questions and like how to deliver the questions and how to respond to their responses, basically. I don't got much to say about her. I just feel like, you know, she needs a little bit more help. Podcasts that talk bad about women and use like the clickbait of talking bad about women, I don't think they last long. And a lot of times I've come to notice that the people that use like women not being feminine and how you treat women badly as clickbait, their original videos, like the whole purpose of their channels, they never start off that way. They start off doing something else. They start off focusing on how to help with something else. But they notice that talking bad about this subject, because not just with women, but I mainly notice when they talk bad about women, they use that to bring the viewers in, but they get the viewers for a certain amount of time and then they end up disappearing. Because if you think about it, who wants to keep hearing you talk bad about women? It's people that agree, but eventually it backfires, because then you end up getting the people that don't agree and they only get negative comments. Who wants to, and it just, I feel like it just taints the aura of your page. Doing something to ruffle feathers to get traction, I don't think it has the same longevity as if you genuinely focus on your niche and your topic that you want to cater to. Doing that to get like a faster traction, I don't think that helps you in the long run. I feel like you just stick to what you want to stick with. If your channel is about helping men get women, then you focus on helping men get women without bashing women. Because if you understand the whole topic, you can't bash something that you're trying to get. It makes literally no sense. I don't think that non-African Americans should be talking bad about us. I don't understand. I feel like they shouldn't be. The animosity they have is, when I see it, is so weird. Like, what is the big problem? I don't get it. And then on top of that, I feel like African Americans are so influential on other Black cultures. Why are you talking bad about us? I don't understand. And the main thing I see that they go to, like non-African Americans go to, like Black non-African Americans that they go to, is, oh, they don't know where they come from. They don't know where they come from. Why is that the first thing you say? Why is that in the back of your head? Why do you feel like that's okay? Reddit post of, am I the asshole? You knew you was an asshole when you posted it. I don't understand, like, it is so crazy to me how you would sit there and say, am I the asshole? And give this big elaborate, from the first sentence down to the end of the story. You were the asshole the entire time. I'm so tired of watching too many videos of, am I the asshole? And you knew you was the asshole when you posted it. You just needed validation to see that you weren't the asshole. You trying to find somebody to help you find a loophole of you not being an asshole. You knew you was an asshole when you said it. And then on top of that, some even say this may sound bad, or I had a feeling that this, you already knew. You just wanted validation, or you knew your story was crazy and want everybody else to know. I don't understand it. Literally, asshole every time. Never fails. It's rare that I see it, am I the asshole, and you're not really the asshole. If I am having a baby shower and we're at the table, we're eating, I don't give a fuck what we're doing. If it's my baby shower, my wedding, you better not come out and say that you're pregnant, and you better not propose at my wedding. I'm not in no shit like that. You had 364 other days to do that. Don't try to steal my joy. Don't try to steal my moment for you. You can do that shit somewhere else. Here is not the time. Beyonce being a witch. In my opinion, I don't care. Beyonce could sit there and do a ritual in my face, and I'm just gonna sit there in awe and record. Who cares? Like, I don't understand like what it is. I feel like there are witches everywhere, and everybody just focuses on Beyonce. And then the reason that people say she's a witch don't even make sense. She's a witch because she does Arabian vocals. Beyonce has been studying Arabian vocals since she was my age. Eventually, if you keep doing it, you're going to perfect it, and it's going to sound, they say she's a siren. It's going to sound like that. If you listen to their music, that's what it sounds like. It's nothing new. I really feel like it's just because it's Beyonce. It's the problem. I want to go see her. I'm going to see her in August in Maryland. I'm so excited. And if she does a little razzle dazzle on stage, it is what it is. I want to still be just as excited. Okay, you guys, that's the end of the video. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned. I post videos every Wednesday and Saturday. See you on the next one. Bye.
Say like I'm a thick bitch, like a bitch with her own shit. I ain't never been a broke bitch.